Why is there grit on here? Hi folks, a very warm welcome to you. It's Nick here. We're going for a gentle walk this time. And man, it's very, very, very cold. I'm walking through the vineyard bit first of all. Last week we was filming on New Year's Day and there was quite a lot of people about. So today, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier, less people trying to get in the way of the camera and it mucking about. It's very boggy round here, as per usual, but we'll see how we get on. Now, I hope your year's going okay. We're 1 week into it. I'll try and keep you entertained this year, as I always do. So thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel, and a big thank you to the members as well, which I'll come to a bit later on in terms of the shout-outs. Now let's just try and navigate through this bog. It seems like I haven't had my hair cut as we navigate through here for months, and the truth behind that is my hair's starting to go over my ears, so hopefully the hat is covering that up a little bit, and because my hair's longer, it more accentuates that I've got quite a bit of grey in there. So let's get these hairdressers back open. If I didn't have to go to work and see people, I'd probably give it a buzz cut, take it down to absolutely nothing, knowing that to be fine, but I can't do that, because as you know, there'll be too much commenting and it'll just look too bizarre, and I can't wear a hat at work. They wouldn't allow that to happen. Man, it's very, very cold today. My hand holding the camera is already feeling a bit numb, but it's for the greater good, I suppose, because you get nice air in your lungs, and it's I might be making this up. It must be good for your health, isn't it? A nice little walk, even out in the cold. Yes, slightly less gooey here. Jeepers. So this bog snorkeling bit is still here. In the distance I can hear dogs barking as we're going to go onto private land where the walks goes across. Dogs barking. I hope they haven't released the hounds, so there might be a bit of running involved, but it shouldn't be. But I don't think I've got wolf-proof trousers on, so we'll see. I'm sure this ground is quite stable. Yeah, that's a bit of a worry. So thank you for coming on this walk with me. You probably know the route quite well. I've been saying it for a few weeks now, but it'd be good to get out a bit further afield and go for a few different walks to try and keep you surprised for a little bit. But I hope your first week of 2021 is going okay. If it isn't, well, we've got quite a lot of weeks to try and catch up with that, to try and make things a little bit better. This week, of course, if you've been following it on the channel, by request, we did a couple of stinker streams, which was pretty tricky for me to do. One was on the ZX Spectrum, one was on the Commodore Amiga, and you haven't seen that yet. It's a stream where we look at the poor games, the rubbish games that sometimes don't load, as was the case of Popeye 3. We still had a bit of fun at it in that stream, probably at my expense. So have a look at those if you haven't already, if you've got a bit of time. Thank you if you dropped in there, showed it a bit of love. But those games are absolutely terrible, and it's true to say that it's the bad games that make the good games look good. So there's no bad games. Well, it'll be much weaker retro gaming platform for it. So yeah, there we go. All how the rubbish games. But I wouldn't like to do that every week, that's for sure. Whoops! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Right, public footpath. Nick, try your strength. Oh, I'm getting weaker, I think. Oh God, splinters in delicate areas. He's gonna have to edit this or get some new trousers. Oh, he's made it. Well done. Considering we're supposed to be in a new form of lockdown, the traffic on the road is extremely busy, almost as if they're all ignoring it, but I'm sure that isn't the case. They're going somewhere, and God, almost fell over there. There we go. The red bag for those people that wanted to see it. Hooray! It should be made into a Lego set. You never know. Into the woods we go. It's definitely less crowded than last week, New Year's Day, but that isn't a big surprise. But I'll still keep my eye out in case I see anyone about. Hope you've liked the retro gaming videos that have been going up on the channel this week. A few good games there, a few almost sort of like good games. I mean, I really liked Express Raider. That was a good game, based on the arcade cabinet game. I've been told it's a lot easier than the arcade game, but check that out if you haven't already done so. Like all Spectrum fighting games, you can spam just one kicking move or one move to actually try and get advanced there, but you fight your way over the train carriages to try and rob a train in the Wild West, and there's a stage where you're riding a horse as well, which is pretty cool. The only other game I sort of like knew about on the ZX Spectrum which had a horse riding element was Kane, so it's good to see this one as well. Indiana Jones Temple of Doom on the Amiga wasn't quite as good as I was hoping for, but it's got like okay music on it. I think it was that the films would have made me want to play that for quite some time after the films, and then as soon as that nostalgia wore off I probably wouldn't have played it. Now, I wonder if all that rubbish is going to be cleared up from the clearing. I very much doubt it. And it's even worse now. Look, Lucozade bottle, Heineken bottle, loads of cans, plastic, Sainsbury's bag. Yeah, this should be quite a nice spot. It's going extremely downhill. This is horrible. Oh goodness gracious. What was a nice walk. People are using this quite regularly, I think. Oh man, what are people like? Yeah, it's try not to get to me too much. It's quite depressing that this is sort of like turning into like fly tipping central, this thing. I mean, if you watch these videos, you've been watching these videos for quite some time. Started coming down in the summer, and it was all nice and clear. And yeah, this is sweet wrappers. This is horrible, eh? Instead of feeling like I'm in like nature, I feel like to try and relax, I feel like I'm sitting in the middle of a rubbish dump. Normally I would have stayed there a bit longer, done some talking, but I want to get away from this rubbish. Jeepers. Yeah, anyway, talking about videos that gone up on the channel, a bit of an unusual one that went up on Thursday, one you wouldn't really associate with the Nintendo 64. It's Wheel of Fortune, and I love that TV show quite a lot. And this is the best version of Wheel of Fortune I've played. There are a lot of other sort of like quiz type games I've played on the Spectrum. Not great games by any means, blockbusters, Bob's Full House, Every Second Counts, and even a couple of versions of Play Your Cards Right. But Wheel of Fortune is much in advance of that one. So if you like solving clues, it doesn't repeat itself too much, there's quite a lot on the cartridge, then take a look at that game. Quite a lot of content on the channel, over 2,000 probably reviews. So if you're new to it and want to dive in any of the playlists, then yeah, go for it. Show the video some love. All helps with the watch time on the channel as well. I think that's the main thing that YouTube uses, the actual watch time, which people generally can't see. They normally just see subscriber counts and that sort of stuff, and views as well. But watch time is the big one. It's not as muddy as I thought it was going to be, compared to the early bit of the walk. No Terminator and Predator about. So yeah, I mean, not so much rubbish here. It's just in that clearing bit, really. Maybe they should set up some kind of a trap. Oh, berries! I wasn't expecting to see them this time of year. Wonder what you can do with them. Throw them at little outs probably in a cat gun. Trees. You knew this, right? This isn't like David Attenborough or anything. Ooh. Yes, I would wear gloves, but it wouldn't allow me to work the camera. This bit looks a bit different. That's because I'm going the other way around, isn't it? Don't panic. Right, a seat. Ah dear. Now, although a walk is nice, this is pretty cold. I am looking forward to maybe getting back home. I mentioned this on a previous walk video, I think briefly, and it's to do with simulation theory. I don't know if you've heard about that. And the theory goes that as a civilization progresses like we are now, we've only been like technologically active about 150 years, we create sort of like simulations of other worlds. So things like The Sims is a classic example, or on the, I'm going to have to stop the camera in a minute, I'll re-edit it. Sorry about that, it's the curse of editing outside. Yeah, so as I was saying, like we create like these virtual worlds, you know, like Grand Theft Auto, where we're walking through the simulated area and be loads of NPC characters there being controlled around. Yeah, we'll continue this elsewhere. So, yeah, it's too many people here all of a sudden. Yes, cursed dog walkers, right. Simulation theory, take 3. Is this going to be interrupted again? Maybe it is a simulation. Yeah, so virtual worlds like The Sims or Grand Theft Auto there. And it's trying to say, we're at the very beginning of that. And it's saying if any civilization lives long enough, they'll perfect the simulation, they'll increase the sophistication of the simulation to a point where you couldn't discern what was real and what wasn't real. Okay, so you couldn't tell if you're a simulation or not. And they're saying if other civilizations have already reached that point before us, they would have created their own civilizations. So there's a small percentage chance that we, in fact, are living in a simulation ourselves. So this isn't actually real. I don't think I fully believe that's what's happened, but they're saying that is the theory anyway. So we could be a brain in a jar somewhere, or more than likely, if this is a simulation, we're just a part of a code. Yeah, it fries your brain after a while just even think about it, so it's probably best not to think about it. It seems logical, doesn't it, really? Say the human race survives another 1,000,000 years. What sort of virtual simulation would we have created? Well, it pretty much like I'm seeing. Our simulations at the moment are quite crude. We're in the virtual headset, but it's about artificial intelligence as well. How much do you have to enhance artificial intelligence before it becomes self-conscious? If we are AI in a robot or a bit of code, and we have become self-conscious, and this body that I have is not real, yeah, I need a cheat code anyway. We're not going to go back to being 20. So, you know, when you die, if it is a simulation, you could go to heaven, because if the code's still there, they can program it however they want. So, weird, isn't it, really? I watch a lot of videos recently on YouTube. There's some podcasts, Rogan, somebody talking about it. It's just, yeah, the more you think about it, the more your brain goes into overdrive. Is that a real tree, or is it a simulated tree? Is that real mud, or is it simulated mud? Are they my feet? Who knows? They might be a simulated feet. Thank goodness they haven't given me clown shoes. I don't know what a clown shoe is. Clown shoes, that'll make it even weird. Simulation? Nah, I don't think so. But how would I know? I couldn't tell if I was a bit of code or not. If you are a bit of code, then comment below. We could be a simulation within a simulation. So one race has created a simulation, then another race within the simulation has got to a technical point where they've created a simulation, and now we're a simulation in that simulation. Are you still there? Perhaps you've been simulated. And the problem I have with this simulation theory, if it is true, that there'll be glitches in the system that might explain ghosts and UFOs, but also as well is there could be a power cut. The system could go down. Someone could end the simulation, they could turn it off. Now, why I don't think it's a simulation, because it seems like a big overkill, is the Earth is just a very small dot in a massive universe, unless that is an illusion. But why would you simulate a whole universe if you're just running a simulation for one thing? Or it could be a case that you're the only person in this universe, and there's a multiple universe for every person individually, and you're just a star character, and everyone else is just an actor or a piece of code, an NPC character in a world where the simulation is based entirely around you. If it is based entirely around you, you pretty much, you might as well just go for it then, because you're the greatest in the simulation, because you're the star part. Good luck with that. I think my brain's going to explode. All I know is the hand holding this camera, simulated or not, is still blooming cold. I wish they had a different person playing me last night in the Commodore Amiga stinker stream. That's a simulation of doom, that is. So what are your views on this simulation theory? You might have never heard of it before. So let me know what you think there, no matter how weird. Do you believe we're in a simulation, or do you believe we're in something else? I mean, I understand the logic of it. If we get so advanced about simulations, you can't tell the difference. But I don't think we are in a simulation. I think it's a bit far-fetched. But I can see the arguments for and against. So for me, we're not in a simulation. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the matter. If you've seen, sorry about the noise there, if you've seen any glitches in this reality which should lead you to think that this might be a simulation, then let us know about that as well. Not sure what glitches there would be, but something that just doesn't make sense. Okay, time for some shout outs, I believe, for the members, so thank you in our sort of secluded area. So let's get round here. My shoes definitely need a bit of a clean after this. They'll be caked in mud, and they won't allow that at work. That is definitely for sure. Right, thank you. I'm sort of like comfortable, but not really comfortable. Been much less people around in terms of the filming than last week, but it's still been a bit awkward, as you've seen from the editing. So this is the members bit. So this is a huge thank you to all members on the channel which are helping support it financially to keep going, and that's a big thank you to everyone on all tiers. I know there's been a few new people as well. On the first tier is absolutely fantastic. If everyone did that who watched the videos, then I could do this full time, so thank you. Anyone on the second tier and above, you'll get a shout out, and also if you message me, I can shout out any projects that you're doing to try and promote them, to make them even more of a success. So thank you to everyone on the first, second and third tier. I will shout out the second and third tier people. Also, as well, is when you're a member, when I see the chat box going in the live streams, I think it highlights it in green there, and you get a little badge next to your name as well, just to show that you're supporting the channel, so thank you. So huge thanks this week to Greyhog2. Thank you, sir, really appreciated there. Natty Nicky and Claire Johnson. I know a lot of you are in the live stream as well. We had a good old fun there, good community spirit that's growing. Hope that continues, which I'm sure it will do. James O'Grady and John Roby, thank you. The good old Jeffrey Searby, thank you very much. Martin Rymel, Steve Norman and Lemmy Barnett. I feel like, although we've never met, I feel like I know you all really well. I'm sure we'll get on really great if we met up somewhere. Stephen Q, NEUK, thank you. Phil Hill, Rossi Bossy, thank you. I will just shout out Rossi's channel again, so he did last time. He's a game coder, very talented, working on a few things. If you want to check out what he's doing at the moment, I'll put up a link. It's rossibossy.itch.io. That's rossibossy.itch.io. There's people walking past, but I think we might be okay. Let's just continue regardless. Let's swap arms to give myself a bit of extra strength there. So check out Rossi's site. There was a free Christmas game there, which is still there. It's Lifty Lifty 2 as well, and other things he's working on, so watch that space. Big thank you as well to Chono Baggy, Jason Holmes and Andrew Gibson. So thank you everyone there on that tier, and massive thanks to everyone that's done the top tier there, and that has helped me, well, it's helped me huge, to be honest with you. Richard Mitten, Tom, very generous you for, thank you. Julie Monkton and Graham Vebke. I will shout out Julie's site again. If you haven't checked this one out, please do so. Really professionally put together site at schoolreading70sbooks.weebly.com. That's schoolreading70sbooks.weebly.com. They're showing you 50s, 60s and 70s books from your childhood and of historic value. What's new on there recently is there's a guest book there, so if you're going to visit the site, make yourself known in there. Leave some nice comments for Julie as well, with requests and things you'd like to see, and I'm sure Julie will look at that for you. So huge thank you to all the members, no matter what tier you are on. There's going to be a couple of ZX Spectrum games that you've come to expect on the Saturday. And Sunday there'll be a couple of videos as well. So thank you very much. If you watch this video and you're liking it and you want to become a member, click on the join button. It'll tell you a little bit, a short video there telling you what it entails first of all. It's 3 tiers, starting just from $1.99, so if you won't miss that, it certainly will help me. Feel free to have a look at that, and I'll be really, really grateful there. So thank you for coming for my walk again today. I didn't talk about a great deal. We talk about the simulation, so don't let that fry your brain. I don't believe we're in a simulation, but if you do or you agree, then put your comments there and reasons why, and glitches in the system that you've seen. Until next time, take great care of yourself. Don't know if you want to wash my boots for me. I'm sure you don't. Take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.
Right, hang on a minute. How do I get out of here?